So with that, I wanted to kind of get into the other piece of this that we had talked about when we say that there's more to it than just understanding everything technically and being able to reach out for technical help. But there's the emotional piece of this, the emotional intelligence of knowing how to navigate situations where you may deal with, like I was mentioning, harassment. You may deal with individuals who don't feel women should be speaking on technical matters. And I'm sure all of you have been in those types of positions. So if you could share with the women how you dealt with that and what advice you would give.
We learned in Harvard that we need always to raise our hand before they took us back to the learning classes. I definitely relate to all of this discussion, and to be honest, Danyetta, I can feel the flow. It's all connected, and it's really reaching us here. The allies and the importance of it, and now what is the power of us, how we can overcome these challenges. If you recall, when we did our rehearsal and the let's say backstage, I related to the story, one of our stories that was shared in our roundtable with one of our panelists, when she said, if I had attended this roundtable discussion, the first one, and I have heard all of these thoughts and how we should be acting, how we should be standing for each other, I would have differently reacted to a situation that really hindered myself and made me, react passively. Today, with this knowledge, with this mentorship, with this cheat sheet, I always keep saying it, cheat sheet. Vandana should not be following in the same mistake we did. We should be providing her, and I'm with you in the same generation, Danyetta, so we're there on the same side. So Vandana should not be, and her younger generation, and even our daughter shouldn't be going with the same mistakes. I loved one of the affiliate leads in WiCSME. She said, instead of them taking 10 steps to reach where we have done, with our mentorship, with our guidance, they can take 3-4 steps by max. And this is where our value comes. And we are passing the knowledge and passing the cheat sheets, where how they need to react, how they need to empower, how they can recharge whenever this comes to their, to their ways or to their journeys, because they are women. They are daughters, they are sisters, they are mothers, and they are passionate. We have the same genes, we have the same, wiring system in us, and this is where comes the way of standing for each other. Being also on the judge of Ally of the Year, one of the main reasons I accept is because I really believe in the importance of this ally in facing the challenges, in facing the obstacles that we're looking into. Yes, in being in energy sector, women is a minority, as Dr. Amelia said. When it comes to the assets, when it comes to the industrial sector, it comes even a more minority in that one. But you know what really makes us special? In us being there in that field, one of the things that even before becoming a CISO, I was leading the digital oil fields. My passion as a woman had really made me see the bigger perspectives of that risk. Digitalizing the energy, the oil and field sectors made me very much worried. If we do it or implement it wrongly, it might impact the lives of these younger operators in the fields, and who will be sympathizing with their mothers if anything goes wrong. So my instincts as a woman really related to the safety and lives for these all employees, and made me even give a more bigger perspective, even with the understanding. Other males who are very much let's say knowledgeable might not take that perspective, but we take that perspective because who we are. I can see cyberbullying actually, and I'm very much surprised that even within this age or this time where openness is there, I can see men bullying women. One of the days in LinkedIn, and I know it's a professional platform, but one of the ladies had just put a post saying, I wish that I would visit the mosque or the Kaaba, and she just say a prayer. One of the comments which really irritated me, he says, this is a professional platform, you should not be sharing this. So this was like cyberbullying. You should not dictate others. As long as she did not bypass and respect the other people's borders, then she is free to share her thoughts, to share her prayers, to share her wishes. You have no right, whomever you are, to kill that freedom of speech. We respect each other. We support each other. We cheer out for each other, but we never bully each other. I mean, come on, we're teaching our kids to stand for themselves. As adults, we are bullying each other. And which age are we? This is purely built on respect. And I believe that LinkedIn, yes, is a professional platform, but we do sometimes share personal stories. We do sometimes share how our kids is blooming into a certain matter, how a wonderful young girl is following the steps of her mother. Just recently, Camellia House is a wonderful leadership model that she has shared her personal story. So it's really, we're not robots. We cannot separate the technical part from our social part. Actually, our social lives is really relates to who we become in technical and career-wise. We are humans. And what combines us is that combination of skills, whether it was soft skills, leadership, empathetic, understanding, respect, trust, into becoming also SME, knowledgeable, confident, and powerful in what you learn. So this combination of all together is what really makes us special. So know your knowledge, know your worth, and be confident with that worth. Don't let anyone else dictate that you are less worthy or you are out of your way while you're in this field. We are here to add value. I am here to leave a good impact, and I'm here to inspire other girls to stand up and and stand out in this field. And this is what we're trying to say and cheer out for all our ladies. One last thing I would like to share: in the Middle East culture, our ladies is a bit more shy and sharing their success stories. Maybe Vandana is also from the same culture, because they are very much shy. They think, oh, I didn't do this much. Why would I even share it in a post? So in our Women in Cybersecurity Middle East, we did an award track, which was all for women and different categories, from executive up to high stars and rising stars, and telling them, we need you there. We were like calling the ladies just to nominate themselves. She was so much, hesitant. No, I didn't do that much. I don't think I'm good enough to nominate myself. This hesitance in themselves because of the whole culture, of the whole environment. But when they see us, go there in LinkedIn, and I do that deliberately, share my contribution, share my prizes, share my achievements, is really to give that, impact and inspire. She's doing it. She's a mother. She's wearing her field. She's educated, and she's doing it. So let me stand up and let me share. And we build this confidence by seeing Vandana doing it, by seeing Dr. Amelia, by seeing myself and you, Danyetta, and even Ankita. We inspire each other. I swear to God that I get messages from people from all over the world, sometimes from fathers, telling me that what I'm doing has inspired them to become good fathers to their daughters, so they can grow up and becoming more powerful ladies. This is what we're doing. This is why we're doing the posting in LinkedIn. This is why we're sharing our knowledge and our achievements. It's really to inspire others to become better people and better versions from themselves in tomorrow's days.
There is one point which I really like, Dr. Reem, which you said that our culture is like that. I think we've grown that way. And speaking about your own achievements will let you think 100 times or maybe 1,000 times. I think I used to be like that, but over the years, seeing women like Dr. Reem, Dr. Amelia, and other leaders who actually share their achievements would make you feel that yes, you can do it. And I remember that I was always a shy kid, like the most shy kid you can even think of, not speaking to anyone, not having too many friends till college. But then when I got my first job, that was a different city I've never traveled to, never even thought of moving out from the state that I was living in. And I just asked my father that I want to go, and he said, go ahead, conquer your dreams. And that was one moment, I think, that changed everything. I've traveled around the world just because of that one faith that he had in me, or I would have been the same person. I would have been living in the same state. I don't know what. So things have changed because our parents have kept faith in us, and they saw that yes, if others can do it, you can do it too, and they gave us the wings to fly.
No, I was going to add, I actually love this conversation because it is, men can learn from us, right? We know this. And I know I have been at speaking engagements, and I have done, things in the community where fathers will bring their daughters to go, oh, I just want them to meet you so they can see what's possible, and just thinking about that just warms my heart because he's being, intentional in making sure his girls see representation of what they can be, something that unfortunately my parents, they instilled in me, of course, saying, like you said, Vandana, your father, my father did the same thing, but unfortunately, they're in a different generation. They had to work. So it was really difficult to actually see those role models. So we consume those images in different ways. And unfortunately, TV back then I didn't see any women scientists, right? But now, to see parents bringing their children just so they can see the various representations and then reflected here on this webinar and having a platform like ISRM, who is, demonstrating, the difference and the diversity of voices and backgrounds and people globally. This is the representation. So it just, we just got to know how to use these platforms. And thank you, to our allies that are within ISRM who understands how important it is to reflect the change we want to be, right? So thank you.
Absolutely. This has been so inspiring. And Vandana, you reminded me of when you were talking about your father, you reminded me of what my father said when I first went out into engineering. And he told me, he said, Danyetta, never follow a path if you already know the end. And that just really inspired me, that, that learning, bringing together all the different pieces that we've talked about, that journey, it sparked me to keep going on that journey and to keep going up that mountain. And I think all of you have shared that